Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Get my overlay changed here. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday. Wherever you're at in the world. Hello, Amy. Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great weekend. And, there's a little bit more of the weekend to enjoy. So, for those who've never been here, we're doing 4 card readings. Those who have been here now kind of know what's up. But yeah, 4 card readings for $10. Just right down here in my on my Linktree. Didn't get notified. I know it happens sometimes. You won't get notified for like 6 hours or 12 hours sometimes, or the next day. They've been pretty good with it lately. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, but yeah, that still happens, Tina. So please share this out. That's probably the best thing you can do to support the channel, support my work. Um, if you'd like a personal reading, or if you'd like to sign up for my healing sessions, or medium, or psychic sessions, whatever you want, go to my website at www.psychicshaman333.com. You can also sign up for my class there. If it doesn't take for some reason, if you can't enroll, or you are interested in the metaphysical mystics class that I teach once a week, look for the metaphysical mystics tab on my website. But we hold that class once a week, every Tuesday. Amy Chavez, what's the shift in energies? Really having issues with self-manifestation. Things feel really weird. Yeah, you're in a dark space. You want to do a reading? Yeah, there's times when we have to kind of be in that dark. I would say raise your vibration though, or try to keep your vibration as high as possible. If we can get 15 people in here, I will do a free 4 card reading for somebody, whoever wins the number or letter game, or I mean word game, that we like to play a lot of the times on here. It's a lot of fun. Good for your psychic development. And let that cool down since the laptop's been shitting out lately. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Amy. You got number 4, gratitude. Raise your vibrations. Find things to be grateful for. I am grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons each brings. Gratitude. It's important. Looks like somebody paid for a reading here. Tina, thank you for the $10. Hello, Lasili. All right, we're just waiting for Tina to come back. She get the link or the PayPal, so might be a second. Got 8 in here. If we can get 15 viewers, we'll do a free one. Yeah, I can see you. Thank you, Tina. Did you have a question? Well, there you go. Yep. How about life, your life? Being able to live in this realm, this beautiful realm. The breath you take. Anything. Okay. Thank you again, Tina. Should have your bag done by Tuesday, and then I'll send it out. It took me a minute to find some of the materials, but we're making it work. Time to start something new. Time to start something. You got the tree people sustenance. That's kind of what you've been through, or what you've just recently gone through, which is kind of bringing everything back into perspective and where you truly are. Instead of seeing yourself in this lower place, you actually have given yourself some care. So gain more clarity. You got the drum next, which is awakened. So that energy is like pent up energy that needs to be needs to break loose. And that's what's going on. So if you're feeling that higher energy, connect to it, embrace it, utilize it for something though. And I think you're going to do that in art or expression of some kind. For you, I feel like it's like coming up with some kind of new project, something that you can do for the rest of your life if you wanted. But you got the water card. And that's about expression. That's about speaking up, taking action, doing what needs to be done to reach those goals you want to reach. Ooh, and then you got the wheel of life, basically the wheel of fortune. Yeah, let's see if we can get it in there. And that's the number 42. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. So just, you're in that flow. Continue to grow with that flow. Expand. And this is like spiritually, but it's also, I feel like manifesting things or manifesting what you want. You're getting closer to knowing what you want, and I feel like you have more clarity. It just comes down to just doing it, going for it, not being afraid, to enter the unknown. Hello, Stephen. I don't know if Tomas will come back. He got a little heated yesterday. Yeah. I wasn't mad at him. I was just, speaking my point of view. Whenever anybody says that unequivocally, this is the way it is, no matter what, I always rebel against that, because you shouldn't, if somebody's telling you that, like I'm 100% accurate, it's bullshit. There's always imperfection. That's part of life. That's part of what comes with life, with everything. Hello, Leila. Oh, I'm glad that message resonates with you as well. And thank you again, Tina, for the 10. Yeah, Layla, that's funny that she popped in. Well, she's probably been watching, but when Tomas was talking yesterday or commenting, that's right. No one has all the answers. That's what a seeker is. You're seeking truth, but you're constantly seeking it, or consistently, I should say. All I can give you is what I've experienced, and I am able to channel very easily, always have been. So I give you what comes out and what comes through. And a lot of the times, yeah, it does work. It is, but some of the times I misinterpret, I make mistakes. Yeah, somebody said something. Very, Amy said it. Nothing is set in stone. Blink and you can all change at a drop of a dime. That's right. That is right. And as soon as a lot of us have lived a long enough life to realize once you think you have something figured out, it changes. Thank you, Vera, for sharing. But yeah, damn, it's a beautiful day today. Sun shining. It's not too cold. Birds are singing. You can hear the little baby birds. Spring is here. The rebirth. We got 10 viewers now. See if we can't get that up to 15. Got a couple of YouTubers. Raven Wolf Star Readings is always watching from there. Thank you, Raven, Vera, for being over on YouTube. We don't get a lot of love on YouTube for some reason. YouTube's a beast. It's huge, so it's hard to get unless you're paying for advertising. Which sometimes I would. If I were in the right financial, if my finances could afford it. It's all an investment. Let's see here. Some of us think we've lived many lives and can't figure it out. Just keep trying to. Yeah, it's because we get stubborn as souls, or as souls in this realm, in this type of realm. Sometimes we're not here on Earth. Sometimes we're completely other beings on another planet. We just incarnated where we want to incarnate. That's the whole thing. It's so expansive that any of these religions, even here on Earth, like that have these deities or certain gods or teachers, that's just Earth. Then we have our whole solar system. Then we have our whole galaxy, and so on and so on. So yes, things are similar, but belief systems are dangerous. To just completely believe in something outside of yourself and what you truly feel. And a lot of us do that. I was kind of born, I came out like, no, hell no, I'm not joining a religion. Where all my friends were like, they're kind of raised in religion and they were, it was just kind of a thing, like, didn't think about it very much. But for me, it was like, you're messing with my mind. You know what I mean? Like you're telling me you're brainwashing. It's a pretty cool story that Tina told me. Tina, do you mind if I tell the story about when you lived in Utah? Speaking of religions, she has a connection to, the property, not as much. Well, yeah, what do they call him? Do they call him the president or prophet? There again, here's the prophet that you all need to look to. That's a cult. I don't care what you can call it religion all you want, but that's a cult to me. And that's one thing I try to steer against because in my line of work, that can happen really easily. And I will hold retreats. I do hold retreats online. We'll be doing it on our property, maybe doing it other places around the world, but I'm not the only answer, right? Like I'm good at what I do, but no, I don't want followers. I mean, they call us followers on Facebook or subscribers on YouTube. Well, look, we're almost at 15, but no, we don't want to be followers. We want to learn, but we all need to be leaders of our own, of ourselves. So yeah, okay, I may get this wrong, so correct me, Tina. When Tina lived in Utah, she lived on the property and was living with, right? Or close to. You ever heard of Brigham Young? Brigham Young's family. So she was living on Brigham Young's land and Brigham Young's, what do they call them? Not ancestors, kin. They say that's what they say back. Yeah, it seemed I let my kids go to church. I mean, I didn't take them there. Like they'd go with their friends or whatever because granddaughter with his granddaughter. Yeah, FLDS. No, well, they're still that. They're in Arizona though. They're not allowed in Utah. They are though. They're not FLDS, but it's really kind of stems off polygamy. The FLDS ones are like really they're like preppers. They're preparing for the end of the world, and it's polygamy that's around. And when I was growing up, there was still polygamy. You'd see like people, like families with 3 houses, all being very. They were kind of like they'd have their own cul-de-sacs and shit. They did kind of more on the down low and discreet, like hidden in plain sight, basically. Yeah, Warren Jeffs. I think it was in a town called. It's by Flagstaff. It's called Colorado. Is it Colorado City? We drove through it, and this is where I saw the wild horses. And Norma completely. I'd like point at one. Said she never saw one. I was seeing them all over in that area, like northern Arizona, close to the Utah border. That's where our land is, like northeast Arizona. Amy Chavez, I went to every church group to get my grandmother, but I soon realized that we'll all be leaving in something the same thing. Hold on. And there was no need to have someone tell me. Yeah, exactly. What to believe, because that was my belief. Yes. I mean, they're Mormons. That's how Mormons, when they first started, oh, you can break that religion down. If you look at the history of it, you can tell it was like somebody that maybe, they were connecting to spirit, but they abused it. Or they were just not completely not there and just it was a complete not against any Mormons, but if you really look into the history, I grew up in it, so I'm just like, wait, and just with Catholics too, because Catholic, my mom's side was Catholic. My dad's side was like they were all excommunicated, so they weren't really Mormon, but that was the only thing, their only like spiritual foundation they could look to. But they are weird. Like you can actually, there's people that dress up like pioneers still. The women do. Actually, the men do too. They're kind of like the Mennonites, right, or the Amish without the polygamy. Like the Amish don't do polygamy, as far as I know. I'm Mormon. This is fun to listen to. I don't mean to bag on. I grew up in the mecca of Mormonism, so in Utah. Basically, what it was, just like the Bibles, because there's a first and a second, so they changed things up. but they were, if you look back in history and you look at other places in the world, they had similar stories. So everybody just kind of piggybacked off the last story and made their own story. You just moved back from Utah. Yeah, Amish aren't. They're not polygamists. I have a lot of respect for them though. They still eat healthy and eat their own um, what they raise, animals and vegetables, and they do it totally self-sustaining. I mean, and they still ride around in carts. Saves on gas. Well, that's they have to be like, what do they call them? If you're Amish, but you kind of left the reservation or left the area. Yeah, they're kind of like in betweens. Which yeah, they use well when they order something but they self-sustaining. I mean, I'm sure they have to order some things and some of your best friends are Amish. I kind of like what they do because I mean that's takes a lot of dedication to dedicate yourself to something like that or a life like that. But they have that Springer, where it's just like a one big party. Like, okay, go party and then come back and yeah, grow up. All right, well, tell your son happy birthday for us, Layla. Enjoy your day. Old order Amish. Do you have Amish over there, Marlene? Yeah, they sell houses too. I'm thinking about getting like an Amish house delivered to my land eventually. You can buy a house for like it's like $20,000. That's cheap. But they're nice houses. They're simple. They're a little bit. They're like a tiny house, but they're bigger than a tiny house. Oh, I always look to the right. I'm kind of looking at you and talking to you. You have two of those, Janice? Nice. Yeah, they're really good at what they do because they have to all master their work, doing it every day, and they all have their own talents and utilize them. But they do keep it simple. Like horse and buggy, need a four-wheel drive and car. But yeah, I respect them, and they're trying to take them out, trying to get rid of them because they have that's the best way to live, and they're leading by example. How you don't need to be dependent on so many things that you feel like you do. Yeah, good quality. Yep. No, Janice says she has two of them. How are they, Janice? Where do you live, Janice? What state? Probably Pennsylvania, Ohio, Tennessee. Okay. Are you out in the woods? You off grid? That's good. Tennessee's pretty. I've never been there, but from what I've seen, Yeah, generous. I know they take care of a lot of us Gentiles by raising food and selling it. And yeah, there's like a big court case going on right now. I can't remember his name, but he provides food for his community, and it's all none of it's been processed like the way that they process it when after you get it at the store. It's not washed in chemicals. And believe it or not, our food is a lot of it is washed in chemicals before it's sold to us for safety. Like, what did they do back in the day when they didn't have chemicals to soak it in? They just ate it. Pasteurized milk, for one. That one's not, I mean, not saying that pasteurized milk is, you feel like you should drink it, but you kind of get rid of a lot of the vitamins in it and the nutrients. And then add them back. Like, why are you having to add them back in? Hello, Nia. In the woods and no off grid. No, not off grid. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful day as well. You will, Amy. You have a great day. You're already having one, right? Yeah, they're trying to get rid of raw milk. It's hard to find it too. You have to actually find somebody that has milk cows and go get it on the down low. I'm not really much of a milk guy, but milk is used for a lot of recipes. I'm not really an eggs guy either. The smell of eggs cooking, but I can eat them. I just if I smell it too much, like I don't know. I've always been that way, but I eat eggs because I know they're good for me, and there's plenty of them. The property we live on is got 12 chickens. Yeah, they're putting out like 10 eggs a day. And the eggs are better, you can tell when they're fresh. Like I would much rather have fresh food that's not, you know, find your butchers, find your even ranches or ranchers to buy in bulk, but in the long run it's better. And if you get anything like organic at the store, it's damn. I think I saw like a pound of hamburger for $10 that was grass fed. Like, come on. It's double the price, but it's worth it. You're eating healthier food. All right. Is there anybody else that wants a 4-card reading? Let me know, or go to my link tree down here at the bottom. Psychic Shaman or Linktr.ee/Psychic Shaman 333. That's where my PayPal, my Venue, and my Venmo, and my Cash App are. And that will get you. Oh, thank you, Heather. Good to see you, Heather. Thank you for the $10. It's been a minute since we've talked. How are you doing? We got 15 in here, so let's do the game. Okay, I'm going to do a word today. If you don't get it by the time I end, we don't get it. We'll do it. We'll hold the same word for the next time I'm live. It's going to be a 3-letter word. Three-letter word. Whoever gets it, we'll give a 4-card reading to. And we do have the contest coming up, so anybody who paid for a reading last month, we'll be on that tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we'll be done. So we'll have it all the names on the wheel of names. So stick around or look out, make sure you got notifications on and check out or make sure that you're watching. If not, we'll find you. But we will do the drawing live. Tomas, nice. Good to see you, bro. Your ears must have been burning. Where is Heather? Heather? Might be time to set up another appointment. We'll see after this little mini reading. Some people are kind of close. Focus in. This isn't guessing. And another thing, look, what's that? You have to do that swipe thing. You're seeing, oh, Julia Jones got it. Nice, Julia. It was Sky. Right here. Putting her up on the screen. You're next after Heather. Just waiting for Heather to come back. Nice job. That was fast, Julia. If we can get it up to 20, I've been going for 35 minutes. So if we can get the viewer count up to 20, we'll do another free one. And Julia, just leave your question. Maybe hold your question for just a minute until I'm done with Heather. Yeah, that was pretty fast. Good job, Julia. You're new too, right? Or have you been watching for a while? Oh, I just got water. Bottle spit back at me. Well, I'm glad you're here watching, Julia. All right. Where is Heather Rasmussen? She did just pay $10. So. You're good, Thomas. I'm glad you're back. There she is. Are we just doing a general or did you have a question? General. Okay. This one's for Heather, and then Julia Jones is next. Pretty destroyed at the moment. Let's see what the general outlook is. Yeah, it's time to take some time for yourself. Time to take some time. So you got the upper world. This is like the future, looking into the future. Be careful with expectations. I feel like you are very sensitive. You do know how to see into the future and use that foresight. But just be careful that you're not, projecting or looking into like future or negative outcomes in the future or positive. I mean, you want to know there's positive outcomes. Just don't expect too much from certain aspects of your life as far as how they're going to work out. You need to speak up, express yourself, be willing to say something when you want to try to hold back. I feel like it's time to speak. It's time to express yourself because you are going to kind of go into this place of like solitude. And you got the North card. I'll have the polar bear on this one. But just following your truth and what you know is to be true, sticking by it, but also separating yourself from a lot of the drama or detaching yourself from a lot of the drama, even if it's your own. Like it's just time to take a step away. Hello, Yolene. Your last card is 29 balance. Yeah, you're too immersed in the situation. That's the balance card. I understand and embrace the opposing forces in my life that bring about balance. So yeah, the hermit mode will probably continue, at least for this week. But it is all about finding balance. Like Amy was asking earlier, why do I feel weird? Well, you're in that, you have to have that dark and that light together. All dark is absence of light. But on a more spiritual level or understanding, we have to know that that's part of us. If we don't pay attention to that part of us, it can act out. Or sometimes you kind of get reminded that you have that shadow or that dark side. Just to be able to embrace all of it. Yeah, Yolene, we've got right here at the bottom of the screen, my Linktree. It's got my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Venmo. It's a $10 minimum, which isn't bad because considering I paid $7 for a coffee yesterday. That was a splurge. I don't do that that's like once a year. Yeah, Heather, if you're wanting to talk, let me know. I've got some time today. Yep. Well, how would we, in a world of all light, we'd have no ground. We'd have no grounding ability. We'd just float everywhere. We wouldn't be able to plant trees in the soil. That's where, they grow in the dark. You're welcome, Heather. Sending love your way. I'm glad you're taking time without, I don't know what's going on right now, but I feel like you're taking some time to just like, okay, too much drama here, too much drama, in the future as far as relationships. I'm not out there seeking it. And like I've told you before, you attract very easily. So you can attract a partner or somebody else very easily. So now it's being mindful of not jumping too far with anybody yet, giving yourself some time to get to know each other. Right. Well, dark doesn't necessarily mean evil. It can, but a lot of evil is done from the light side or the fake light side, right? A lot of people pretending to be godly and they're going to save everybody. And, that's dark to me. That's evil to me. And that's being done from at least the highest light here on this planet. What's about the platform? Realm. What's that? Julie, yes, Julie's next. Julie, do you have a question or are we just doing a general? And if anybody would like reading, please go to my Linktree. If you like what you see, if it resonates, you want to leave just a tip or donation because of the work you're watching and it's resonating with you, I appreciate the tips. They help us go. They help us stay alive and pay our bills. Asking about health. Orange purple ring. Which one's that? Are you talking about my rings? That's a tiger's eye on my pinky. And then that's turquoise and amethyst, silver. That one has a little bit of, I think, amethyst in it. And then that's turquoise. Okay. All right, Julia. Health for Julia. Julia has her third eye open this morning. Good job on that word. Usually they'll take a little longer. Okay, changing the attitude is important. This is more like direction. It's not as much about, it's about health, but it's more about direction. I can't give medical advice. And anyway, so I can kind of give you a sum up where you're supposed to go health wise. So you got the lower world card first. This is the past. I don't know if it's like something coming back to haunt you or your health, or you're feeling like it's going to come back. Um, you've got to trust that everything's working the way it should. And I don't feel like it's coming back, but I feel like some things that have happened in the past, maybe traumatized health wise, I feel like things are actually getting better, but it's important that you know that you heal from the inside. Our doctors, medical professionals, they help us heal. They help us heal faster. Um, and obviously, doing surgeries or whatever that is. But I feel like it's just holding that attitude that, you know what, everything's good. My health is good. I'm going to keep moving forward. Just keep telling yourself that, using affirmations if you need to, or catching yourself every time you kind of feel like you start getting negative and over worried about health. This is something that can cause bad health. So you want to make sure you're always catching yourself every time you get negative about it. Like, yes, it could happen, but it's probably not going to. I feel like you're on a pretty good regimen health wise, physically, but I feel like spiritually, it's time to really start asking for what you want. You want good health? Ask for it. The altar is like honoring spirit, honoring the magic, honoring the energy. Sometimes we can have an altar or sacred space to aid in the healing. But I feel like a lot of it's mentally is going to really help you mentally and emotionally. Those keeping those positive. It's very important. All right. And Archangel Raphael, number 9. Number 9. That one gets, you can kind of see him. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. So, yeah, keeping those thoughts positive, keeping those emotions positive, keeping yourself in a higher vibration, even oming, like, oh, letting everything vibrate, kind of vibrate a lot of that, you know, gut that sticks to you, spiritual goo, spiritual black tar, basically. I don't know how to explain it. What do we call it before black goo? Let that shit go. All right, it's last call for readings. If you guys want a reading, let me know in comments. I'll stick around for a minute. If not, I'm going to sign off. Or when I sign off, if you would like to schedule a reading with me, a private reading from 15 minutes to an hour, everything in between, go to my website, www.psychicshaman333.com. And it's not just readings. The readings are healings. They're basically mental healings, emotional healings, like we were just doing, sometimes all of the above, physical, body, mind, and soul. But I do have chakra balancing, which Tina was, I think the last one I did was for Tina, the boss. And we have light body activations, um, class, you can, psychic development class called Metaphysical Mystics. You can find all this on my website. If you do book any session, not the class, enter the code Psychic Shaman for a 15% discount. Anyway, it looks pretty quiet in here, so thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Much love to all of you, and I will see you very soon. Have a great Sunday or Monday.